Take one. What is high ticket sales? So what is high ticket sales? So it's January, just turned into 2026. You've probably just had a couple of weeks off work and you've got that feeling again. You're dreading back going into the office, right? You're thinking, what is the next thing that I can do? How can I get out of this job? So I'm going to talk to you a bit about what actually is high ticket sales and why is it the best business model to actually get into in 2026. A little bit about my story and my journey and how I accidentally even stumbled across. I didn't even know that this business existed once upon a time. And just a little bit about the actual real growth opportunities for you inside of that business. So before I even get into what is high ticket sales, let me give you a little bit about my story. So was in corporate for about 2.5 years, climbed through the ranks, went from 20K a year, jumped up to 60 to 70 to 80 to 100. Again, as I said in my last video already, that jump to 20 to 60 felt life-changing, felt like I had all this money out of nowhere. In reality, it wasn't. But anything after that, when I went from 60 to 70, then 70 to 80 and 80 to 100, I mean, look, I would rather have the pay rise than a kick in the teeth, but by the time you've been taxed, pensions, different stock schemes and benefits, it's a couple of £100 a month. Again, I'd take it, but like it just wasn't worth it at that point. It wasn't adding anything extra to my life at all, except for more stress, more hours, having a bigger effect on my relationship, seeing people go on holiday that I couldn't go on because, as you'll know, if you come from a 9-to-5 sales background, you're contracted to about 40 hours a week. And the reality is that you have 60, 70, even 80 hours worth of work to do. So even when you have that downtime and you're off and you're actually off on holiday, you're always thinking about it. And, you know, if you've been there, you'll know it's getting towards the end of the quarter. You have a lot of work to do. Your targets are super, super high. And you take that pressure and stress home with you. And again, it affects your relationships with your friends, your family, your kids, husband and wife. So that was the kind of point that I was at. I was done with having someone dictate when I can and can't do something. I was done with the 5-hour commutes a day, the capped commissions. So pretty much I accidentally stumbled across remote sales, high ticket sales. And pretty much I was actually trying to acquire a service myself. And I remember I was meant to have a call with them and I had to cancel for whatever reason. And they didn't get back in touch with me. And it's only because I reached out back to them as to why I actually ended up going with their particular service, right? And it just made me think, I wonder how many businesses lose out on money or could close more deals, more prospects, more people if they almost just had a freelance type salesman for them. So then it kind of got me thinking. And then as the algorithm does, I started seeing more things about high ticket sales, remote sales, and started going deeper and deeper and deeper into that whole of what it actually looks like, right? So I got a mentor, as most should. I got a mentor, acquired the skill set, the knowledge of people that are in the position that I actually wanted to be in. Now, you know, fast forward 6 months, 12 months, I've replaced my 100K a year salary and now move full-time into remote sales. But my story is not even the craziest part, right? The craziest part is what is actually going on and happening within the online learning space right now. So if we go back to 2015, the online learning space was worth around $107 billion annually. Now, if we fast forward 10 years from then to 2025, it's over a $349 billion industry. So pretty much it's over doubled within the last 10 years. And by 2035, it's projected to be a $2.3 trillion industry per year. Now, here's what everyone's missing though. Every single one of these offers and online businesses actually need people to close their biggest deals for them. We're talking about 5K, 10K, even $20,000 programs. I mean, I personally know someone that is closing $50,000 programs, all from warm inbound leads, people that actually want to talk to you in a 45 to 60-minute Zoom call. 1 call, maximum 2 call closes. No long sales cycles that are weeks or months or even months into a year like it was from my corporate background. And they pay their closers 10% commission on every single sale. So if you do the maths, if you're on an offer, so an offer is an online business that you work with, if they sell a coaching, a mentorship, a service for, again, for example, $10,000, every time you sell one, that's $1,000 in your pocket. So if you do the maths, close 10 of those across a month, that's your 10K a month figure there. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The top performers aren't just making good money. They're even making life-changing money, people that I personally know. way more than doctors, politicians, lawyers who have dedicated years of their life maybe to make, 100K a year. And you can do this from anywhere with just a laptop and a Wi-Fi signal. So why, in my opinion, is high ticket closing the best online business model to get into in 2026? Listen, I mean, there's thousands of amazing ways to make money online. E-commerce, trading, Amazon FBA, all proven business models that create real success stories every single day. But here's the thing, while others spend years mastering those skills, scaling those businesses, with remote high ticket sales, you can make great money and life-changing money right now without any operational costs, and again, from anywhere you want in the world. You're also not creating the offer. You're not running the ads or managing clients, which is a huge responsibility. You're simply connecting people with life-changing solutions and getting paid hundreds to thousands per sale to actually do it. Also, it takes learning just one skill, not fulfillment, not ads, not how to find good products, but just one skill. And that skill is just the skill of learning communication. You're literally doing a service, helping others transform their lives while building a future-proof skill that will set you free from your 9 to 5 and even more. So what even are the roles within high ticket sales? So you have a DM setter / phone setter and a closer. So what even is a DM setter? They're the people that actually qualify warm inbound leads. So if you're an SDR or a BDM watching this video, you're used to calling up people, speaking to people that are telling you to do one and they don't even want to talk to you. These people actually have intent. They're waiting for your calls. I know, again, if you're an SDR, you try and do whatever you can to find that warm inbound list somewhere. It's like this every single time. And you're just qualifying these warm inbound leads through Instagram, WhatsApp, or even over the phone. And your job is to qualify them and put them into the closer's calendar. I personally know DM setters that have cleared over $10,000 in a single month and consistently. And now closers, again, the best ones are making thousands and thousands and thousands every single month, just from taking 1 hour Zoom calls of people that actually have very high buying intent and they actually want to speak to you, right? Now, imagine this. While your old co-workers are stuck on the motorway, 2-hour commutes away from their kids, their friends, their family, just waiting for that 3% annual pay rise, which, by the way, gets cancelled out by inflation anyway. You're potentially making even more in a month than they do, whilst being able to do it from wherever you want. From home, coffee shop, Bali, Thailand, Australia, wherever you actually want. Now, what actually is the future pacing for the bigger success within this industry? So the real opportunity, once you become a top closer, offer owners start putting you into sales manager positions. Now, you're not just closing deals, you're building out sales teams under you, and you're taking a cut from the total amount of cash collected from the entire team. So we're talking about $50,000 months you're making, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 in a single month. Now, here's the thing. This isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. This is how million-dollar online offer owners actually operate. When you see these influencers and these mentors online, it's what underpins their business. So it's not will it work, it's the proof. If you've ever been through a mentorship before, whether you've been mentored to do drop shipping, trading, e-commerce, Amazon FBA, then that is the biggest proof of concept that this actually works, because you have been through the process. Now, by 2027, remote closing will be the standard in the online learning space. The question isn't if this opportunity will explode, it's whether you will actually be positioned to profit from it or you will still watch from the sideline. So now, just from watching this, you're already versed upon what high ticket sales even is, the real world earning potentials that setters and closers actually are making right now, and how you can really future pace yourself for future growth. And again, if you haven't watched my first video, go and watch it. But if you're watching this and you've just come back from Christmas, you've spent that time with your family, and you've dreaded getting back in the car, the cold days, it's dark when you leave for work, it's dark when you get back, then be sure to subscribe and I'll show you the exact way how I escaped that corporate life and now transformed fully into remote sales, and I can operate from wherever I want, whenever I want, on my own schedule. And as always, I'll see you straight in the next one.